What is up, Future Millionaires? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Ellie Talks Money. And in today's video, we're actually doing something a little different. So I know you guys remember my show, Ask Ellie, that I filmed throughout 2023, which was basically a live business talk show. It was so amazing. And we had a live audience come in and ask their business questions. So I got a chance to answer so many great questions and just really spend time with you all, my community in person. So we had so many fantastic questions answered from one of our previous Ask Ellie sessions that was filmed in Houston, Texas. And I thought, you know what? I just don't want to let this, be in the content of this. We need to share this. So in this video, you are going to see parts 1 of the Ask Ellie show, and I'll post up to part 3 so that you guys can see some of these business questions. I'm sure there's some that you all have as well, hear the answers, and as well be able to, just really take notes and relate to other entrepreneurs in your community. I would love for you guys to comment some extra questions you guys have down below, because Ask Ellie will be coming back, I'm freshly out of giving birth right now. You all know the baby is here, but Ask Ellie will be coming back. So I want to get a head start on, seeing where you guys are at, what questions you have, so we can prepare to bring the show back to you. So as always, grab your notebook, grab a pen, and let's get into these gems.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
Invite us to try it when we in Atlanta too.
Yes, exactly. I want to try it too. Hey.
What's happening?
Give a shout out to this king.
Got the turtleneck going crazy.
Okay.
Let's go. Thank you. So my name is CJ from California. So I have a question regarding pricing strategy. So as you know, the world famous call that you and I had, I gave an idea. You blew up that idea. Now we're working together, but that same day, I got a client because of that. And then now I posted on Instagram, I'm getting DMs and people coming. It's happening fast. And when you talk about alignment, that's for sure alignment. So it's happening so fast, I don't even know how do I price these people? People are coming, companies are coming. So what do I, I don't know, maybe some kind of, like a 4-way strategy, 3-way strategy. What do you got?
George,
this is the man right here.
Oh, George, please.
Pass it out front.
Help me,
All right, so first, so I can just make sure I'm contextualizing this the right way. So what service are people coming to you for that you're trying to price?
So basically, I'm a closer. So every job that I've had, I've been the guy that comes at the end like, wait, George, don't leave. What happened? What's going on? What did he say? And we work it out, boom, get the deal closed. So now I created my own company where I teach people and companies where to go after no. So usually when people hear, there it is.
Isn't it good? I know.
This is good. This is good. It's connected to the bottom line. So here's how I would approach the pricing strategy, right? So the way I would approach the pricing strategy is I would when they come to you, I have some type of intake form, right? Like, what is your business? What is the product that you sell? How much does it cost, right? And then if they're a good business owner, they might at least know some high-level metrics, right? Like how many calls on average are they booking? What is their close ratio, et cetera? The reason why it's important to get that data because you now can quantify how much money is walking out the door by not having your information, right? So pricing becomes very easy at that point because now it's like, okay, well, if your what is the average customer to you worth? Well, average customer is worth $1,000 to me. Okay. And you now are seeing on average, your close ratio is only 20%, right? And so that means for every 100 people that you talk to, you're only closing 20. So you're seeing 80 people walk out the door. Then you would want to quantify, well, what do I believe based upon my experience? How can I increase their close ratio? Maybe you can increase it to 50%, 60%, whatever it is, with your sales skills. Now you can quantify how much more money you're going to be able to make them, right, by them working with you. And so as long as your price is anything within that ballpark of what the money that they're losing, it becomes a no-brainer, right? Because now what they can quantify is like, okay, well, shoot, if I'm losing 80 customers at $1,000 a customer, he's only charging me $10K. Follow what I'm saying? He's only charging me $10K to help me close that gap. So if your price can be quantified within the realm of the money that they're losing or what you can make them, it's always a no-brainer, right, in terms of being able to charge a premium price point.
Listen up, business besties. Can I have a moment of honesty with you guys? You're doing an amazing job, right? You're thinking about your team, you're thinking about safeguarding your customers, you're thinking about safeguarding all of your important information. But what about safeguarding your own role as the owner of your business? It's not something we really think about often, is it? And here's the thing, we have to start thinking about it because you as a business owner are working so hard to create something that can grow, that can hire people that you can pass down to your family, and something that means that much should absolutely be protected. That's why I want to talk to you guys about Ethos and getting life insurance, okay? So let me show you just how simple and easy it is to get a quote because we're business owners and we have a lot to do. Let me show you just how easy it is to get a quote with Ethos, all right? You're gonna put in your information, a few simple questions. And here's the thing, with no medical exams, you can get policies up to $2 million in coverage. And what I love here is that you can customize this to your budget so that you're paying exactly what you can pay. And that's important, right? We wanna make sure this fits within our lifestyle. You're answering a few simple health questions. You can do all this in a few minutes and get coverage the same day, right from your phone or right from your computer. This means more time for what's important to you, your kids, your business, your family. That's what counts. Let's face it, our businesses are personal. In many cases, our businesses are our babies. We want to take care of it. And just like anything else you protect in your life, your house, your car, your devices, make sure your business is protected as well. That's why I love Ethos. They make it so simple, easy, and fast to get the coverage that you need so you can get right back to doing what's important to you, which is growing your future empire. Go ahead and click the link down below in my description. Head to Ethos on your phone or on your computer, get a quote, and get covered. It is really just that simple.
Especially if you're going to work with them one-on-one.
Yeah.
Especially.
Now, if they're getting a course where you're teaching them where to go after no, that could be a flat rate, $1,000, $497, depending. But if you're going to give them the service, then absolutely, you want to look at what is the opportunity cost of them not having you. Right. And then you take a percentage of what that is, and we make that your price.
Okay.
And I think another thing about pricing is it takes confidence.
Oh, 100%.
It takes confidence, right? So we hear 10K, 20K, whatever, how many K prices, and it can feel intimidating. But truly, when you know that what you're doing works, and this is why I always encourage you all to get data, do it for people. Even if your first couple clients, my first couple clients were free. I didn't charge for coaching calls because I needed to know that I could do it. And then once you know and you get results, like you help someone actually make money, it's all up.
So is it a course? Or is it like you actually teach?
Yeah, that person that asked me to help them, we did like every week we had one class that was 30 minutes on Zoom.
Okay.
So it's like and I'm recording the videos as well, so I'm going to repurpose that later because that's what you taught me to.
Yeah. So I mean, to her point, like in the beginning, like your pricing is gonna evolve.
It's gonna
right?
evolve.
It's gonna ebb. If I think back, and I sent it to Deja a while ago, I remember like one of my first, like, oh my, I know you probably wish we met back then, but I thought I was big time. My monthly retainer for financial planning, probably about 6.5 years ago, was like $150 a month.
Damn.
$150 a month.
I should have known you then.
Right? And over time, as I got more confidence, as I leveled up my belief system, as I leveled up the results that I was able to get for people, it was just easier to continue to incrementally raise your price. So also don't feel like today I got to be charging, X, Y, Z. Right now, it's simple. To your point, if it's a demand issue, you just it's just a supply and demand thing. Okay, well, let me just try to raise it by $50 more and
see
is the demand still the same? Let me raise it by another 100, and then you'll see if the demand starts to taper, then you know that okay, I'm getting closer and closer to that equilibrium price point where a person actually has to think about it. Because they're like, they're kind of like, okay, shoot, can I buy like 2 of them?
Yeah.
Then you know you probably priced it too low. Okay. But in the beginning, it's going to be trial and error. It's going to be testing. But I think the more data you gather by doing these like one-off like coaching calls and stuff like that is ask those types of questions. Okay, what is it that you're selling? What has been your past close ratio? So then you'll have confidence to know, on average, this is what I'm able to help them gain by working with me, and that can start to drive a standardized pricing structure.
Yeah, that's what I'll do because I created a discovery, like questions,
Good.
but I'll start adding that into it too.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you need people to start telling you no. If they're not telling you no, then you need to keep raising it. The other thing I was gonna say too is like when you start to decide who you're working with, like your niche, like are they selling a high ticket offer or a low ticket offer? You'll be able to kind of gauge and get clearer on what your pricing structure needs to be as well. So to George's point and Ellie's point, it's a little bit of trial and error.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you'll
it
find
could
it.
vary. It could vary.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much.
Definitely You're
Appreciate
welcome. That's a great question. Yes. Oh, we have another. So I want to check in. Are y'all getting some value so far? Are these questions relevant? Yes. Okay, good. We're definitely going to do a few more. Hey, gorgeous. Come on up.
How are you?
What is your name? Where are you from?
My name is Jen. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, currently Baton Rouge.
Woo.
So, yeah, thank you. I was military as well, and we have a freight broker company and a trucking company.
Yes.
So, yeah, we can get
Yes.
I see you. But I have two questions kind of
Yes.
split up. First, I just want to say thank you guys for everything that you guys offer and just for your support and everything. A lot of you know I have a baby that's 1, and I was going through a lot of postpartum previous to this, and you guys have just helped motivate and help me see so much positive in my life and help me grow and get excited about the future. So
Oh,
I'm super
yes.
And congratulations.
We are proud of you.
First question, you've probably talked about this before. I just haven't heard it yet. But with your initial $1,500, you talked about your
Yes.
stimulus check. What did you do with that initial investment to kind of help you spring forward into what you are now?
Yes.
Maybe not like from there to now, but just those first few steps that you
Yeah.
took to get you to where you are now. And then for you two, I kind of wanted to know when you're first starting your business, how do we find valuable financial advisors and CPAs, people to partner with our businesses that can really provide value, but obviously not at that level yet, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
Yeah,
at
we need to
that
go back to
level yet.
$150 an hour. I mean, a month, whichever. That's a great question. So when I started with my $1,200 stimulus check, y'all, shout out to the stimmy checks. Stimmy, right? We flipped that. So, I considered it like seed money at that time. I wasn't working. I was on, public assistance. I was doing DoorDash. So $1,200 at one time was like, oh, I could do something with this. And I don't know if you guys remember, but during stimmy check season, there were a lot of people standing outside the Louis Vuitton store. And I mean, I don't know what was going on. People was just wilding. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. Let me see what I can actually do with this money. So one of the first things I use it for is to form my LLC. I'm in the state of California, which was maybe $125 or so. Another thing that I used it for was to actually upgrade my phone. So at the time, I think I had maybe the 11, and I think I upgraded to the 12, like Pro Max. So that was important because I had already been studying people on Instagram, studying people on YouTube, and I realized that content was the way I was going to do this. I saw it as a free vehicle to get in front of a bunch of people. All I needed was a good phone. I also used money to form my website. I bought several domains. I got a Canva subscription. And I also went to Ross and got like stuff to decorate my background. Has anybody been following me since 2020 in here? Do y'all remember the blessed sign with the flowers and the turtle? Well, y'all don't know what was going on. But so I essentially invested in having, just something nice so it would look good on camera. And then really the rest of that money, I kept it on the side to use for shout out pages. So a lot of the time people think you have to run ads to grow very quickly. I didn't have the money for ads, but shout out pages, which are going to be bigger pages in your niche, right? So if you want to find women in trucking, if you want to talk to other, women of color or Black-owned businesses that want to build wealth, there's a lot of pages like that. And at the time, many of them charge $50 for them to post to you, or $100. So I put money on the side for that, and that really helped me to start growing followers and growing from there. But I tell people all the time, there's this misconception that you need a lot of money in order to go make a lot of money. You don't. All you need is a little bit of a plan, a little something, and really consistency. So that phone, I wore it out. I was on live every day, creating content every day, 3 times a day, and that really helped it to go up. Yeah.
And to answer your other question about how do you find, I think the question was, how do you find, I guess, quality financial services experts, CPAs, financial advisors, et cetera. So the first thing you want to do on the financial advisor side is you ideally want to work with somebody who is called a fiduciary, right? And a fiduciary is someone who has a legal obligation by their licenses to do what's in their client's best interest. And you would think that being in the financial industry, like you should have to do what's in your client's best interest, right? But it's not quite that simple. So you have the suitability clause, which means, like, let's say that you had money in a savings account, earning nothing, losing money to inflation, and they put you in a front-loaded mutual fund that might on average earn 4, 5, 6% or something like that. Technically, right, that's a better situation than you were in with the bank account, but it might have not been the best recommendation, right? But a fiduciary has an obligation to do what's best. So one easy question you can ask when you're searching is, like, are you a fiduciary? If they start stumbling and shuffling, then you know they're probably not, right? That's what's one option. Another thing on the CPA side, I would say is you would want to, align yourself with people who have experience with doing financial records for that particular industry, because it's going to be different for all industries, right? So do they have a track record in serving people in the trucking space, right? And then look for testimonials, or ask for, can I speak to past clients, right? If you really want to, know for sure, if you're not getting referred in. Now, if you're getting referred in, it's a different story, right? Because now you're getting referred by somebody that you trust, and obviously they've had a good experience. But if you're not getting referred in, say, hey, from what I found, you seem like a great business. Do you have a couple of clients that I can talk to and connect with that, and see what they say about your business? And if they're unwilling to provide that, that's another indication that they're probably not as good as they're claiming to be, right? So those are a couple of things. And last but not least, of course, we're happy to, if you send us an email, just let us know if there's anybody that we think will be a good fit. We're happy to reach into our network and connect you with some folks. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good question. It's honestly why we exist. It's your money team is so important, right? The people who are handling the different aspects of your financial picture are really going to be key in you getting to where you want to go, right? And a lot of times, one thing that we try to be careful about is making sure that these experts are not working in silos, right? So having a central plan and making sure that these experts can do what they do best is key. And so, like George said, we're happy to refer you to some people that we work with often. We don't gatekeep on our experts because we want to see our people win. So
yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
Guys,
Great question. And that just made me think of something. A goal that I have for my kids. So I have 4 kids. And I really want each child to have like a great job. Not a job necessarily, but I want them to be qualified. So I want one child to be a financial advisor at least. I want one to have a law degree. I would love for another to maybe be a doctor or understand that realm. I would love for another to be like a life coach. And, and why I think about that and why I've thought about that is you really want to be able to normalize these conversations in the family. I think so much of the time we end up having to look outside of our network to find, which isn't a bad thing, but how amazing would it be to literally talk to your sister or your cousin who's a financial planner, because we have the foresight to say, somebody in the family needs to know how money works, right? Somebody needs to know how to help us when we're sick. Somebody needs to know how to get us in or out of a contract. So, I'm hoping to kind of start steering them in that direction, but I think that as you guys are elevating, many of you are going to be the first millionaires in your family, right? Let's round of applause for that. Yes. Many of you are going to step into that role. And I think that for me, becoming the first in my family, there's some responsibility that comes with that, to whom much is given, much is required. And so as you guys are doing all of this work to really become financially free and wealthy, I also want you to think about how are you going to take some of these same pillars and put them in your family unit, change that legacy, change that conversation so that 50 years from now, when we're all old and retired, there's someone else who's still continuing the conversation. It's so important.